You have to give some level of liberty. Smoking is not the end of the world. Drinking is also not the end of the world. Not that we are giving them freedom to do all these kinds of things. We don't like it. But we have to at times let children learn certain mistakes on their own. See, when you see he's smoking or she's smoking, find some hilarious stories or movies depicting the negative effect of such bad habits. Share such movies. There are tons of information on such things. Tons of information on drugs, tons of information on safe sex. Provide them, see. Drinking again. Knowledge is tremendous. We get to sit down and remove this guilt of doing or not doing certain things with others. Okay. Especially this peer pressure kills them. See.
Yes.
We have to give them confidence that you are greater, that you have the ability to say no to certain things. Use your wisdom. Guide your friends. They can be foolish, but you are wiser. If you do it, go ahead and do it and see the impact of it on your physical system, mental system. If you like to continue, go ahead. Give them freedom. I'll pay you. I'll buy you a box of cartons of cigarettes. But see it for yourself, how it helps you in your studies or in your physical well-being, your health. Show them the negative things that can happen because of all these things. Remember, earlier, I used to get a newsletter, kind of a printed copy, how to raise children. Earlier in the 80s, when my boys were born one after the other. Number one suggestion was, never say do this directly. It's a beautiful suggestion, beautiful advice. Sahaj Marg also, Babuji Maharaj, if you say, never directly tell an abhyasi, do this. He would say, "Arey bhai, Sanjay bhai, aisa hota to acha hota." The other person who is listening to whom the advice is given will pick it up. To a child, don't force him to say, you must sleep now. No. Let's make a rule, see. It's 9 o'clock. When these hands come to this level, you must sleep because the clock says it so. See. Child understands all that, see. Afterward, they argue differently, that's a different matter. But it's a matter of training. You are not teaching them the art of rebelling from early age. Let them blame the clock. As parents, I have to be wiser than them, see. I have to be better than them all the time, see. In my thoughts, in my actions, in every possible way, see. They may make hundreds of mistakes, children, but we make one mistake. And they observe it and say, oh, you did this, you see, you did this. And with this one mistake, they'll say, I can do they'll justify their 100 mistakes based on our one mistake. So we have to be very careful, very careful. Yeah. Not hide and do it, but be what we are, honest to ourselves and say, yes, my boy or my daughter, I'm sorry I made this mistake. At least accept it and then say, look, I will not do it again. I think raising, especially teenagers, requires so much of care and I would say some level of friendliness. And has to become a friend to our teenage children.